Alright, so we are at the final bantering session of the Sleepaway Camp franchise with Sleepaway Camp 3. This one was released in 1989, 1 year after the second one, and finishes off this 3-pack, which I'm actually happy that I found this because this is apparently the most rare edition of this survival kit survival kit pack because of the Red Cross logo that they got in a little bit of shit for. But yeah, it's nice to have. And it does come with that fourth disc, which, my mistake, I actually thought Sleepaway Camp 4, The Survivor, was here in its full form, but it's not. That fourth disc is basically just a special feature of the filming of like the first part of the movie. They featured it in this pack as a bonus disc. So the actual full film, which was released in 2012, because they scrapped it in 92, I think, and then they just forgot about it, but then it was pieced together with footage from the first three films to make a fourth film, which ended up being garbage anyway, but complicated story. There is a return to Sleepaway Camp, which if I could find it, then I'll review it, but for now I'm just sticking to the trilogy, so this will be the final Sleepaway Camp review for now. Sleepaway Camp 3. This is the one that I had seen first because I was in search of the Scream Factory releases on Blu-ray, but never could find them with the slipcover except for the third, so I bought the third. Was looking for the first two, but I'm kind of OCD. I like watching films in order, but I was like, fuck it, I'll just watch the third one and watch 1 and 2 as prequels, I guess. And so I did watch Sleepaway Camp 3 first, and it was good. I liked it a lot. Watched the first one later on. I like the first one the best right now that I've watched all three. The first one is my favorite, and I like the third one better than the second. So I will have to say that the second is my third on the list, like first one being the best, third one being the second best, second one being the third best. And this viewing, I liked it just as much as the first couple times that I've seen it. It's a lot of fun. I find the second one just a little bit too stupid. The budgets on both really seem cheap, including the third one. The third one actually seems the cheapest. I don't know if they did that on purpose, or I don't know if they just didn't have the budget, but it definitely feels super home movie, especially the third one. It feels super home video. It's crazy. Like, because there's a lack of music sometimes with the scenes, and you just hear a lot of like the either the stabs or the where she like is beating somebody over the back with a stick or something like that, and you hear like the thumps, but like no music, and weird kind of audio issues sometimes. But it really it goes with the campiness of Sleepaway Camp, no pun intended. So yeah, the third one is definitely a lot of fun when it comes to a B-movie slasher, and it works very well. It opens up with this girl getting ready to go off to camp, and of course she shows her tits, and she has man boobs pretty much. They're like the tiniest boobs I've ever seen on a woman. And also she has tattoos on top of them saying milkshake. Gotta throw that in there. Milkshake on top of her tits. And she's walking to wherever she's going to take the bus or something to camp, and this dump truck starts to chase her and chases her into an alley and runs her over. And lo and behold, it's Angela, and Angela is now killing in the city and not just camp. And then after Angela kills this girl and puts her in the back of the dump truck to like squeeze her to death with the garbage or whatnot, waits for her ride, which she is going to take to this new camp, this new summer camp, as a camper this time, not as a scout or camp leader or whatever you call them. She's actually, going to camp herself with all these younger people, because she's it's a running joke in the film that she looks older than 17. She says she's 17. She even makes up a fake name for herself, goes by Maria. And everybody says that she looks older, which she is. She's like 20, mid to late 20s at the time, or in the movie. Yeah, and then she goes off, she takes a ride, and spray painted on the wall is Angela is back, and kicks off the film. This film is packed again with a lot of like hair metal. I really like the hair metal addition to Sleepaway Camps 2 and 3. I found that a good touch. Usually you get like 80s retro and stuff like that, but the fact that they stuck to like hair metal and like 80s rock, like Twisted Sister and all that stuff. Twisted Sister sounding kind of music. I like that. It was cool. You get another scene where one of the old camp counselors, or one of the this older guy, this way older guy than the girl he's with, end up having sex in a tent again, like the first film, where the one young camper, or one of the young camp counselors, I mean, hooked up with the older guy. So that was, I don't know again if it was an intentional throwback or not, but it's there. She's I like when Maria's fishing and she catches the Jason mask from part 2. That was definitely a good throwback. It's like, oh, there's the Jason mask from part 2. It's back. Because it is the same camp. This camp is called Camp New Horizons, which is the new camp name that Rolling Hills from the last film was given after all the murders that happened and whatnot. Surprisingly, they opened just a year later, and nothing, like they didn't shut down or anything, because the camp from the first film ended up shutting down, and Rolling Hills opened up like 7 years later. However, the murders at Rolling Hills obviously didn't make too much of an impact, because here's New Horizons opening up just a year later. They decide to bring in a group of like kids, campers that are from different parts of the states, from different like upper class and lower class. So they mix lower class and upper class kids to like learn about each other or something like that. This film is absolutely filled with racism too, because you get like one kid is Hispanic, one kid's black. There's a bunch of like rich, preppy white guys and girls and stuff like that. So you get like a shit ton of like racist slurs and racist behavior from everybody. There's, I mean, right after the first 10-15 minutes, the whole film is basically just kill after kill after kill. This film is just a compilation of kills, pretty much. There's a firecracker kill where Angela puts a firecracker in one of the dude's mouths while he's sleeping and blows his head off. It's actually funny, Angela, she pours gasoline over a tent while, I don't know if it's one or two people in the tent sleeping, but she burns them alive, and then she starts roasting marshmallows over the flames. I found that hilarious, and definitely like aiming at the whole campground kind of thing, like camp slasher. It was pretty clever. There's this whole segment where they're playing this game where two people are put into like partners. They're set into groups of two kind of thing, and one is blindfolded while the other one has to like lead them around the forest and stuff like that. It's like a trust game. Well, obviously Angela takes this into takes full advantage of it kind of thing. There's a lawnmower head kill. I love that kill. And it's just a shit show. It's just ridiculous kill after ridiculous kill after ridiculous kill. And until you get, again, a couple at the end of the film who end up here as your last survivors, and basically that's that. There's really nothing to talk about that's any different than Sleepaway Camp Part 2, other than the fact that there's more kills and more variety of them kind of thing. But you got, Angela Baker as your slasher killer, and it concludes the trilogy for now. 2 and 3 are some of the most popular for obvious reasons to watch back to back because they're so similar and they're so equally as campy. Where the first one is a little bit more its own thing and plays it more seriously and kind of belongs in the trilogy but stands out at the same time. But 2 and 3 are a lot of fun too. Like I said, it's eh. 3 is the superior one in my opinion, and it's worth checking out both regardless. But yeah, if you could find the trilogy anywhere, they're a recommendation from me. At least watch the first one. The first one I know is on Tubi, and is available on Scream Factory. Good luck finding a slipcover with it, but yeah, it's also floating around on DVD for like $10. Excuse me. On Amazon and stuff like that. So it's findable. They're not like rarities or anything. But that's it. That's the Sleepaway Camp reviews that I've got. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. And I will be back for plenty of reviews: horrors, thrillers, comedies. Cellar reviews is a popular one on my channel. I love foreign cinema. I'm probably going to be doing some foreign cinema a lot. And that's about it. So until next review, take care, cheers, and I'll see you next time.